Welcome to the Power Chamber Podcast.
The only PCP with unlimited texting.
Unlimited texting?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean? People can write in the comments unlimitedly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Let's take that for what it means.
Okay.
And not the fact that I just said things.
Yeah. Well, I always try to see if these things make sense.
They don't really ever.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one that I did for Stevers a while back that made a lot of sense.
Which one was that?
That's a pet for your tummy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We do that one.
I actually remembered that one. And you slut.
So, it's interesting you bring up Stevers. So, we got like 4 new episodes.
4 brand new episodes.
Technically 5, but there's 4 of them.
Yes. Technically like 3.
Yeah.
2.5.
So
There's
we're gonna talk about those, and then I guess later on we'll talk about.
Remember the name of the episode that starts
off.
off.
Yeah, that's the reason I had Chrome open. Give me a minute.
So Crack the Whip.
Crack the Whip is the next one. Yeah.
Which I guess is an Amethyst focused episode. Not really, because it picks up like immediately after
Crack the Whip. It's not
after
really.
Gem Hunt, where Jasper is reintroduced, stealing gems for some reason.
Yeah.
Gem monsters, corrupted gems.
So Pearl and
Garnet take off just to go get Jasper because they can't have her out there while they're not doing anything.
And this comes right around the time that Connie's supposed to be trained in sword fight or do another training session with Pearl.
Yeah.
And so they just start training, and Amethyst is supposed to watch them while they're just training.
Yeah.
And Amethyst is like, no, don't worry about form, because in the middle of a fight you're not going to remember any of that stuff.
You don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah, just go for it. And so... I forget what led to them... Was it just them sparring?
They were sparring, and then they went and did a whole bunch of stuff. They ended up swimming in the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Amethyst is like surfing in the ocean. Sorry, in the thing. It's the ocean. Amethyst is like surfing around. And then one of the gem monsters comes up from Gem Hunt.
Yeah.
And attacks Steven and Connie. Amethyst comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Beats the shit out of it. Kind of.
Yeah, well, Amethyst comes out and tries to fight it off, and then Jasper shows up on another one.
Yeah.
And so Connie and Steven take one, and Amethyst is like, I'm going to fight Jasper.
Which,
good.
She should absolutely have done that.
Yeah, no.
Get the other thing.
It was definitely the right thing to do. But this leads to,
Jasper just kicks the crap out of Amethyst. Like, it was painful to witness. And
he's talking about, you're nothing, you could have been me.
Yeah.
You're not me.
It was rude.
Yeah.
It was very, very mean.
And so
that ultimately leads to Amethyst getting poofed.
Yeah.
And Jasper's about to shatter the gem. Steven and Connie come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And fuse into Stevani.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
The sword and the shield and the riding lion.
The riding lion.
Awesome.
It's so cool looking. I was like, it's like an 80s album cover. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Twisted Sister would have put that on an album cover.
Yeah, I can see that.
And anyway.
But it was,
it was one of the coolest moments. It was the most badass thing in the world.
It was pretty awesome.
Stevani just like hammer punch Jasper into the ground.
Yeah, so Jasper retreats
into the ocean, where she apparently lives.
The monsters.
Yeah.
Well, of course she lives there.
She reclaims her gem monsters.
Yeah.
For some reason.
And then I don't understand. Amethyst comes back and she's like, "Oh my god!"
She's all panicky. Yeah. What could be happening right now?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
That would be horrifying.
But then Steven and Connie are like, "We did it. We beat her."
Yeah. Oh, it was cool.
Amethyst
takes it pretty hard.
Yeah, you didn't need me at all.
Yeah.
And that leads directly.
Yeah, like immediately after
into the next episode, which is like I'm gonna say there's like immediately after, like the next scene is just Pearl and Garnet.
No, that's how the episode opens. Pearl and Garnet get back. Steven and Connie run into the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
like,
tell
oh my
them
God.
everything that happened.
Yeah.
With Jasper, and Amethyst is just kind of doing the Amethyst thing.
Mm-hmm.
Making egg salad.
Yeah.
And
then so Pearl takes Steven
into the training.
Into the ruins to train without Connie, I guess.
Well,
Steven to training without Connie, and Amethyst is like, I want to train too, become stronger, and seems like Steven keeps besting her at things.
Yeah.
That she should be particularly good at, and this brings her down a little bit more, and Steven notices and tries to give her a win through a video game.
Yeah, he's trying to throw her a bone, get her confidence back up.
But she sees right through it.
She does. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
And so then they talk about like how
they're
Steven's supposed to be the rookie, and
no, Amethyst feels like she's a rookie because she's the less powerful, I guess, of the crystal gems.
Not as strong as everybody else.
Yeah.
And then so this leads to they're gonna try to find out who they have a fight to find out who the worst crystal gem is.
Yeah.
This is a lot more lighthearted than I thought this was gonna go.
Right. Yeah. It's actually super funny.
Yeah.
I won't know what hit me.
Yeah. No.
That's great.
It's pretty great. And then so they get into a fight in the ruins, and Steven pulls out some spikes on the bubble.
Yeah.
That just kind of happened.
There's a reflex.
They're just constantly beating the crap out of each other, and it ends with them just kind of...
Well, it ends with Amethyst freaking dropping Steven from the sky. Mm-hmm. Man, that guy can take a hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
well, we didn't know how hard Jasper headbutted him, so I mean...
Steven... What did he do to Amethyst to bring her down? Because they both
they both swung.
They both swung a punch, and it's terrible. Yeah, they both miss. They just fall down and start laughing. And
this is ridiculous. And Amethyst is like, you don't know what it's like. I just always feel like I'm not who I'm supposed to be. And Steven's like, yeah, I'm not Rose.
Yeah.
And everybody, including Amethyst, is like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, God, oh, why? Yeah, we're in season 3. Subtext goes out the window.
Yeah.
Screw that noise.
And so then Pearl comes out and finds that the ruins have been
jacked up.
Yeah, kind of broken apart because of the fight.
Yeah.
And that's how that ends.
The end.
Okay, and then we get into Bismuth,
which is
holy
its own episode. Is it its own special? Is it just?
I think it's the way that it is the way that it's handled
marketed.
Makes it feel like it. Well, the way that it's
they're
laid out.
Sure.
Yeah. It feels more like a TV special than it does
like a 2-parter.
Like yeah.
Yeah. I can agree with that. So.
Man. Yeah, I don't understand. Like they don't open this like a traditional episode. I mean, they have the intro and everything, but they don't open.
Yeah, they do the intro, and then they don't have the title card. They don't have the credits or anything.
Yeah,
they go immediately into Garnet and Amethyst and Pearl watching Steven play a video game, and Lion's eating one of his T-shirts, and he's trying to get it back, and decides he's gonna put it in Lion's mane,
so that you can't get it
on the island that's in Lion's mane. God damn it!
Yeah.
And accidentally pops a bubble that contains a gem that forms, and he's like, "Oh, I made a horrible mistake." Yeah. He falls out of Lion's Mane and yells that at everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty hilarious.
And then he brings this person out because he starts explaining it to Garnet and Pearl, and they're like, "Could it be?"
Yeah.
And then so he brings her out, and this is Bismuth.
It's Bismuth.
And she was apparently one of the original
gems.
crystal gems that survived the war. Out of the 4 people that were in that fight.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, there were definitely a lot more people.
No, she had like an army, apparently.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like, there's 4 of them that survived to that.
Yeah, the onslaught. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then, so this was, Steven's like super happy that there's another gem.
Yeah.
He's really accepting, and
he's quite happy
she's
about
like spinning old yarns about like how battle was and the rebellion.
The rebellion. She's very proud of what she stands for.
And she's sort of a blacksmith.
Yeah, that's her thing. Her weapon is a hammer and also a sword.
She turns her hands into things.
Yeah,
that's her weapon.
Oh, she's like morphing.
Well, I was thinking of more like shape-shifting, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's probably a shape-shifting thing.
Yeah, but she apparently made Rose's sword.
Yeah.
And
she modified Garnet's
gauntlets
and Pearl's spear.
Yeah. And she also gives Amethyst a new whip.
Yeah. Oh, they're cool.
Yeah. And everybody's having a super good time, and the whole time I'm sitting there going,
something's going to go horribly wrong.
There's something not right about all this. I don't know what it is.
We didn't know what it was.
It's just, it's very uneasy, and I don't understand. I don't know why I felt that way, but it's
the tone of the episode, dude. Like, they want you to feel like that.
Yeah.
And so Bismuth is trying to explain to Steven like everything that happened with the war, her relationship with Rose and Garnet and Pearl, because Amethyst wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
So she tries to like show Steven like what they used to be about.
Yeah.
By taking him to the blacksmith temple. She gets really pissed off. Like, she's super angry about the whole there's only 4 of us left thing. And
Steven shows her how they kind of train, hang out, and it's super fun, and then they start sparring with each other, and it's really intense.
Yeah.
Or at least it's more intense than Steven would like it.
Yeah.
And then he starts asking her about Rose.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know if I can live up to being who she was. And he's like, no, you can just be who you are. That was always Rose's motto.
Yeah.
Motto, just to be always who you are. And in fact, you need a new weapon.
I'm going to make you one.
And this is where we get into
this is where we get dark.
The dark stuff. So...
it's not funny, dude.
No. I know. It was funny that we both exhaled at the same time. So, Bismuth takes Steven back to the underground blacksmith.
Armory.
Yeah, armory is probably a better term. And she unveils her new weapon, which was supposed to be the thing that ends the gem war.
Which it could have. It very could have.
It very well could have, and it was. I forget what she called it.
Breaking point.
Yes.
She called it the breaking point.
And it's a weapon that can,
It's a handheld weapon.
Instantly shatter
a
gem to pieces.
To shards.
Fall apart. And she's talking about, the rebellion doesn't play fair. We won't play fair either. And she does a demonstration. Steven is horrified.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrified about this whole thing.
He's so uncomfortable with the concept of killing people.
Yeah, he can't deal with it.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm like, who are they going to kill this season? And anyway, we'll hold off on that conversation real quick.
Well, I actually thought that because whenever Jasper was fighting Amethyst,
you thought that was it?
The gem. I was like, oh man. But then
or he was gonna she was gonna corrupt her.
Well, I thought she was just going to take her.
Yeah, just keep her.
Zanaku did with the animal gems.
I was thinking about the
beat the crap out of
with the crystal. Anyway, so that's a totally dated reference.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there. But so he tells her, "This is not right.
This is not okay. This is not okay.
You can't do that. That makes it just as bad as
that's not what we stand for, man."
And she's like. That's exactly what you said to me.
5,300 years ago.
A long time ago. And he's like, what? And she's like, you won't lie to me again, Rose. And tries to kill him.
Tries to kill him.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Like, they try to... Well, he doesn't try to kill her.
No, he just... No. He tries to talk her down. He really does try to talk her down. She tries to
poof him.
Yeah.
I think that's what she thinks is going to happen.
No.
But she thinks he's Rose.
No.
She just thinks he's...
I don't think she went to poof him. I thought she was going to...
Shatter him?
Well, because she... Yeah.
No, dude. There's no way she was going to do that. Camaraderie, man.
Yeah, but...
They were in a war together.
She can't risk Rose reforming.
That she's going to bubble her and put her in lion's mane like how she did to her.
But those are Rose's bubbles, though.
So, Garnet can bubble. Pearl can bubble also.
Yeah, but you don't know if Bismuth...
Oh, okay. So, the two gems that have lasted the longest learned how to bubble, but Bismuth could... No, that never happened.
We're acting like she could actually be... Steven could actually be poofed.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what she thinks is going to happen because she thinks he's Rose. Yeah, she doesn't get the concept of a hybrid. Because what the fuck? Yeah. What even happens with that?
Even the homeworld gens were like, "What?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Don't know what to happen."
Yeah, but what led to that was that like she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to use this thing," and she's like, "Fine, then I'll use it," and he takes it from her. And he's like, "No,
that's not going to happen.
We can't. Nobody's gonna. This is not, man." And then, so they fight, and man, Steven can take a hit.
Yeah. Seriously. Throws a statue at him.
Yeah. That hit's on point.
Yeah. He just catches it with his super strength.
Yeah, and throws it at her.
And then drop kicks her from the sky.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And then,
Bismuth ends up grabbing the breaking point, and
Steven grabs the sword, Rose's sword. And he ends up stabbing her.
Yeah. It's harsh. Like, it is a hard thing. Like, there's no music.
Yeah.
It's just dialogue.
Yeah.
While she's dying in his arms.
Yeah, like most good scenes.
Et tu, Brute.
Yeah.
And such.
And she's talking about, like, I can't believe... You didn't tell them about what happened. You just let them think that I died. And he's like, I'm going to tell them exactly why this happened. And she goes, and then you're already better than Rose was. And then friggin' poof. And Steven bubbles her and
takes her back to the temple. He has to tell the whole story. We don't get to hear it.
No.
They just kind of have like a funeral where they put her in with the...
Other gems.
The other gems that they protected?
Yeah. It's definitely very... Yeah. Even for this show, this was very...
Yeah, even for this show, this was super heavy.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Was any of that? Like, we get to find out that Rose has, like, more secrets. Go figure. She's nuts, dude.
I don't think she's nuts.
I think she's nuts.
Why do you think she's nuts?
She's way up there.
Okay.
She's like, I watched him go all the way up there.
Well, of course, she didn't understand the concept of children.
She understands the concept of humans.
Well, yeah.
They're fragile and soft.
But she's also a big proponent of do what you want to do.
That's insane.
No, it's not.
For a baby.
Well, yeah, but she doesn't understand the concept of baby.
She kind of gets it. She knows it can't talk.
Well, yeah.
Can't process complex thought.
But she also thought that it was going to be a good learning experience.
For Greg?
No, for sour cream.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know how much more of sour cream we're going to get in this show.
I don't know, man.
But anyway.
Brian Posehn has been working with Cartoon Network for a while.
Bismuth was a good episode.
Yeah, very, very good. Not exactly sure where you go from here, or even why this all had to happen in like one.
We've still got a lot of like Jasper's story to get through. Why is she taking gems?
She's building her army, is what she said.
Great, it didn't work out too well.
Well, yeah, because she's only got 2 of them. Which
yeah,
means
but they
that now
didn't
they
fight all of them.
Which means that now they got to race her to get the other gems that are everywhere. Or she could just go for broke, break into the temple, and try to take the ones that they've collected.
Yeah, and I'll say it again, because I may have said it last week.
Uh-huh.
Bismuth is the gem that shattered Lapis.
Really?
Yeah, during the episode where they go around the world.
Okay.
They go to Empire City, they go to the forest and all that stuff.
Okay.
They go back to the galaxy warp.
Yeah.
And she does that whole thing, or she tells her backstory. Mm-hmm. But I was caught. It was Bismuth who poofed Lapis.
Yeah, but she said she was caught by the diamond and was questioned about the rebellion.
Doesn't make it not what I saw.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, that's a lot to read into right there.
I agree, but that does raise the question: where were Lapis and Peridot in this episode?
Well,
are they at the barn? They're just chilling.
Yeah, they're just
they live there now.
Yeah,
cool.
I remember Peridot was like, "I'm staying here."
Yeah, I remember.
Growing attached to this place, and then Lapis was like, "No, I'm staying here." You know?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. It was irritating. Anyway.
Thank God that Bismuth didn't actually meet either one of them. She would have killed them.
That's a good point. Former Imperial soldier.
Yeah.
And a pathetic traitor.
Yep.
Yeah.
They would have been dead.
They would have been dead.
And it would have been super. Yeah.
Oh, it would have been brutal.
Yeah. That's gonna hit so hard, I think, if they actually do go for it.
Yeah. I hope it does.
To shatter one of the gems.
Yeah.
Because that's, man.
Oof, I don't know.
That's going to be up there with one of the most horrifying
Leomon
death scenes I've ever seen in a cartoon.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to hurt.
But yeah.
Lord, look how many we caught already.
Yeah, I know. I see them. Do you have anything else to say
about the Steven
Bismuth?
universe?
Because, I mean...
Well, okay, this show has reached a pinnacle, right? Like,
yeah.
It is now, how do you say it, commonplace? It's no longer a fad.
Okay.
This is now, like, part of the culture.
Yeah.
Well, with it doing, like, a musical episode and then this TV special.
Yeah. It's weird because it's super...
It's trying new things.
Super young.
What, you mean, like... Its audience is super young?
No. I mean, the series itself is super young. This is only the third year.
Yeah, third year.
And we've reached something like this.
Yeah, but do you remember what happened with the third year in Ninjago?
I knew you were going to bring that up as soon as I said it.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like,
you gotta learn how to step up. Well, in fairness, though, they didn't know that was going to happen.
Neither did we.
They just kind of made that story happen. This has always been...
Yeah, this is a story that Rebecca Sugar wanted to tell for a long time, it sounds like.
And, yeah, but I wonder, like... That does bring up a point, like, how many secrets did Rose keep? And we know why she kept Bismuth from them.
Yeah.
That's probably why she didn't tell them about the thing in Lion's Mane, or even mentioned the lion.
Yeah.
Because Bismuth
why she stored away her scabbard, but not her sword.
No, they had the scabbard. Did they not?
No, the scabbard was in Lion's Mane.
Yeah, that's right, the scabbard.
The sword was in the strawberry field.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And not to mention all the countless other stuff that might be in there.
Yeah. There's a bike.
Yeah.
Greg's
That's Steven's bike.
Greg's t-shirt.
Yeah, but that. Of course, that's there. A videotape for Steven to find.
Yeah.
Anyway, the story's very intricate, is what I'm saying. So it's exploring. It's trying some other stuff to kind of, I guess, keep fresh. Even though I could watch this show forever.
Yeah.
The
I feel like
quality
whenever this show ends, it's going to be more along the lines of, like, this is where the definitive story ends. This doesn't seem to strike me as a show that's going to outstay itself.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll last exactly as long as it needs to, without being, how do you say, like, stale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Scrubs. It took too long.
I don't know if it took too... Well, yeah.
It took too long.
They really did start running out of ideas near the end. Same thing with House, same thing with Dexter.
Yeah.
Those shows that kind of...
They needed to know when to stop. I feel like Rebecca Sugar has a really good feel for this show, though. Like, she knows where it's going.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what happens after this. Mm-hmm. Or even if they're going to talk about this for a good chunk of a while.
That's what I was saying, though. Like, maybe the gems will ask what else is in Lion's Mane, because we don't actually know. We've never been in there.
Yeah, that's true. They haven't. Why didn't they go in there? Well, you probably wouldn't let them.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lion's not going to allow that.
Yeah.
Steven's allowed in. Hell, Lion tried to force Steven in there.
Well, yeah, because he's got the videotape.
Right, but why then? Why at, like, midnight?
Also, he's got Rose's gem, so he probably thinks it's her.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what Lion's thing is. Like, is it like a hologram, like a projection that Rose left behind? Is Lion the rest of Rose's physical form?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Because Steven says, I have my mom's gem. Yeah, the rest of me is my dad.
Yeah.
So where's the rest? I don't know. You shut up, Nick.
She's his emotions and superpowers.
No, those are his superpowers.
Yeah, but those were also.
Also, I think her consciousness is in the room.
I don't think so.
Seriously?
Well, I don't know. It seems way too literal, but then again, she kind of does. She does do that sometimes. We don't have enough information.
Yeah, okay.
Let's
we'll have to wait until the Ballad of Rose and Greg.
Let's agree to disagree.
Until further information.
We've had like 3 episodes with Rose and Greg.
Right, but we haven't had the Ballad of Rose and Greg yet.
Yeah.
That's the episode where we finally find out.
That's right. We need like one more where they like decide to do the Steven thing and talk about, because they got to talk about it, right? She has to tell him.
Well, they can't reproduce.
Yeah.
They can't.
So she has to tell him, right?
Yeah.
That, hey, if we do this
is it. Yeah, I'm leaving this plane of existence. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah. Then again, I don't know if she told him, just based on the video that she left for Steven.
Oh.
Because he seemed just super happy. Then again, I don't know why she wouldn't tell him.
To protect him?
Their whole... Yeah, that's true. Fuck.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Because, I mean, their whole relationship is kind of based on trust and all that.
Yes. Well, their relationship is kind of based on emotion.
Yeah. This was, I don't understand. Like, a show that's really good, using 11 minutes, this thing felt like an hour.
Yeah. It felt like a movie.
Yeah, we actually got through some things. Which is weird because it introduces a character we'd never seen before.
Yeah, it introduces a concept that we don't really explore with Amethyst. Yeah. The way she reacts to Bismuth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because she's an Earth gem.
Yeah.
That's only about 500 years old, right?
5,000?
I thought she was 500. Is that not?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Then again, she stayed in the ground too long. I don't know. Who cares?
I care.
Oh, yeah.
Because that means that Steven could be older than Amethyst, technically. Because he ages faster than she does.
What?
His biology ages faster than hers would.
Oh, okay. Sorry. When you said that he ages faster, I thought that meant you were saying that he was older. And I didn't understand how that made sense. But
technically, he is older than her, but like...
Because he's got the gem?
No, because he's a human.
Yeah, but she's...
You know how humans only live like 100 years and gems can live for like tens of thousands of years?
Yeah.
Or whatever. They just go on forever. I don't know if they're immortal.
Yeah,
they can still get hurt and die, but what does that mean? They don't age.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's roughly, 100 times longer than a human? So their anatomy would... How do you say? Grow that quickly? It wouldn't, they wouldn't go through puberty until like 2,000 years or something.
I don't think so. I think, because the way that Rose explains
like, think of it in like dog years.
Well, no. I just think that the way Rose explains it, like they just are. They don't grow, they don't change, they just are.
They change.
Well, yeah, they can, and that was...
Amethyst grew.
That was Rose's whole thing, was about change and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like once they form, that's they're formed for one specific purpose.
But that's not true though. Amethyst doesn't do that.
Well, yeah, but Amethyst is from Earth, raised by Rose.
So that gives her human biology.
Well, she would have a different understanding of the way to look at gem biology. Really, that's why she was much younger whenever they found her.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, her maturity hadn't grown to, like...
Yeah, until she decided to make it happen. Like, the whole...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dog years. Yeah. Complicated is what this show is.
Complex.
Yeah. Intricate. And very, very, very good.
It is.
Holy crap, this show is good.
Yeah. We're getting more episodes of this. So this wasn't like the end all be all for season.
I really hope not. Like, I thought, 3. Yeah, this definitely has that, like, finale feel to it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's got the same type of thing like Rock is Back, you know?
Yeah.
It's got that's a pretty self-contained story.
Yeah.
That's not really a part of the rest of the show.
Well, I mean...
but it is also canon.
We do need... Yeah, I was going to say, we need a whole lot of information to get to that point. We get a lot of information after that point, so yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't feel like a finale, because we know what the finale is.
Oh, so Home Away from Home, episode 21, Digimon.
Yeah, that's also another one.
Yeah.
Though, I think stylistically that one kind of separates itself. There's nothing really stylistically different about Rock is Back versus the rest of Super Mega Force.
Yeah, there is. The cinematography goes up in value.
Yeah.
The acting goes up in value.
Yeah, it does. It's solid.
The story is awesome. The action is awesome. Everything works better than the rest of the show. And that kind of is also true for Bismuth. Like, it's obviously its own story.
Yeah. Wow, but I didn't know this was coming out. I finally get why they had sneak peeked this like a while before this episode even aired.
I can't wait for the birthday episode.
Oh, the third birthday episode? Well, yeah, they kind of have to do that
every year, yeah.
Like, was it Adventure Time has like 3 or 4 of them?
They have a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
I don't know what they're going to do with that, yeah. Next time on Steven Universe.
Yeah. Stuff and Things.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's worth more than peace and love on the planet?
Will Steven learn to master his gem powers? Will Peridot be in the next episode? Find out next time.
Steven Universe.
I love me some Peridot.
Yeah.
She's not in enough of the show.
I don't know what her reaction to Bismuth would have been.
She would have been super, like, friendly towards her.
I think there might have been a fanboy out moment from her.
Oh, because she's a blacksmith?
Well, because she's like a crystal. She's like a gem, like not like Amethyst was, you know?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I mean, she would bring all that knowledge to it. But this was definitely an episode that didn't need Lapis or Peridot.
No.
Or would have gone a different route if they'd have been there.
To be perfectly honest. Well, yeah. Yeah, this show could have gone a different route.
Yeah.
With their input. Yeesh. Yeah. Anyway.
So, Steven's strong enough to take on a gem by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just a gem, like a very powerful gem.
A gem that's trying to kill him. Which is good. I don't know what that'll lead to.
Me neither.
I'm
assuming, again, I think Lapis and Bismuth are going to have a thing.
Do you think that this will lead to the crystal gems being more protective? Or at least at the very, very least Pearl being more protective?
Maybe.
Of Steven? Just because they had no idea any of that happened.
Yeah, they didn't, but he also came out unscathed. Kind of.
Yeah.
Also, we forgot to mention that Steven hurled the breaking point into the peridotite pool underneath the earth. So that means that Jasper's going to find that thing at some point.
I don't think she will.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
If that doesn't happen, then I'd be like, man, I owe you $5.
$1.
I don't know. I doubt that they'll telegraph it that way. So it would be like, of course, that's what's going to happen.
Well, there was just like this moment where he kicks it into the thing
was my
and it fades away
whenever,
like the Ring of Power.
Whenever she, it's not the same thing.
It's not. I'm saying it did the thing.
Yeah. But what I thought was going to happen whenever Alexandrite beats Malachite, and they separated, and Jasper fell into the earth, I thought she was going to find the cluster and then, like, break the bubble and cause them to form and destroy the earth.
Yeah.
But that didn't end up happening. We go somewhere else with that. So, I mean, I think this show will do stuff to surprise us.
You don't say. That's interesting, Nick. I never thought this show would surprise me.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They're starting to branch out. They want to try some new things, and I look forward to everything that they have to do.
Yeah.
To try. I guess that's it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. We sure talked about that show for a long time. We talk about that show a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's right in the thick of it, though. I think that's why we talk about it so much, is because it's right in the thick of airing and being in the middle of the season. Like, it's not like
on hiatus, like Dino Charge right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dino Supercharge.
There's something to talk about. Segue. So
the release date for
we got a trailer.
The rest of
we got a fall teaser for Supercharge, which I didn't watch chiefly because I figured they were going to just show it at Morphicon.
Oh, sure. They might.
But I did see a little bit of it because I thought it was something. I thought the video was something else.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of interested as to what's going to happen. I really hope that their streak kind of improves with this break in time.
Yeah. Maybe they're writing that better.
There's a whole lot of... Because prior to this season, there was a whole lot of story potential that they had.
Yeah, it's true. And then
the execution of all of it was just kind of terrible.
It was torn down, like back to the same thing. Like nothing changed.
Yeah, so I really hope that like whenever they do what they plan to do for this, and the teaser is going to be pretty good.
I hope so.
Did you see the teaser? You did.
No, I didn't see the teaser.
Okay, but you saw the.
I saw the release date in like a still on Facebook.
So it's like the 23rd.
Oh yeah, it's like August 23rd or something insane.
We've got
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow, that'll be 23rd. That'll be like 8 days when we get back, right?
Yeah. Be a week after we get back.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff to get through.
Yeah.
We're also, oh man, I'm so happy. Yeah, this is the last podcast that we're going to record before we go to Power Morphicon.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to get this one out before we go. Just because while we're there, we're probably going to record a couple.
Yeah, we'll record a couple along with some other stuff that we're trying to get,
Yeah, we just don't know what to expect from there. So
yeah, we're gonna meet a lot of people.
I certainly hope so.
I can guarantee it. We've gone through the panels.
Yeah.
So that we can do everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the signings, photo ops, maybe. Pardon me, I burped.
Okay. So.
What?
I don't know what you want me to say.
There's. Excuse you.
I feel like we should talk about something Power Rangers related before the con. I don't know what. But from what I saw, what I saw from the teaser, because I only watched like 5 seconds of it. There's apparently, so they are going to do the Talon Ranger bit. I did not expect that going into this show. So you remember the reaction video I did?
Yeah.
They're going to do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I didn't expect.
It's like a Power Ranger season?
No, not like a season, but they're going to do that story arc where there's like an evil.
Oh, okay.
It's something that Keeper refers to as the Dark Energem.
We're doing the Evil Ranger thing.
Which we have to.
With 8 Rangers, dude?
Well, also,
plus the introduction of the Titanus Ranger at some point?
The Silver Ranger, yeah. So, I mean...
That's a bad idea.
I don't know if it's a bad idea. It has to be paced well, though.
Sure.
In order to make it... Because we've got, like, what? We ended on episode 8, so we've got a solid 13, 14 episodes.
Oh.
So you can do a story arc in 13 episodes.
Yeah, man.
Did you?
Yeah, and it was the coolest thing ever. Anyway.
So, I really hope, because I knew that they were going to do they had to have, because, I mean, the last 2 Dino-themed Ranger series have done the Evil Ranger stuff.
Yeah.
So, of course, they were going to do it. I just didn't think that they were going to do the Talon Ranger bit, because the way that Chiplin was talking, it didn't look like a whole lot of stuff that was going to be kept from the Sentai other than the 10 Rangers that we get.
Sure.
We've got 9 Rangers now. I don't know who's going to be the Silver Ranger.
Me neither. Would you think it's somebody that we know, or they're just going to throw us another character?
I don't think so. They might end up throwing us another character.
I really hope it's Boom. You know what? It might be Sticky Joe.
No.
It might be.
I don't think so.
Destiny.
He gave up the Power Ranger thing, so.
Yeah, for now.
And he bonded.
This one's silver.
The purple in the gym, yeah. This one's silver.
Can you imagine him just writing it? I thought you didn't want to be a Power Ranger anymore. I didn't, but this one's silver.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I really hope that we get the use out of the 9 Rangers, because that's been my main complaint throughout, really. For a good, one of my main complaints for a good chunk of this season.
You mean the editing?
Well, no, more or less the fact
that was Overdrive.
Sorry, that was a cheap shot.
Okay,
I'm just saying, it's a cheap shot.
You're a cheap shot.
Yeah, okay.
In the face.
This is what I have to deal with.
Okay. You know, I could leave.
No, don't leave.
I could leave. I could make like a banana and leave.
It doesn't even. What?
I could make like a hockey puck and get out of here.
Yeah. But I lost my train of thought.
Could also do something that makes sense but doesn't make sense. I'm gonna make like a golf ball and hole.
You know that those will be the intros.
Those will be the intros. Okay, pre-recorded.
Yeah, I guess but that we haven't really gotten the use out of the 9 Rangers. All we've done is just kept the same 6 Ranger dynamic.
Yeah.
While adding a bunch of secondary characters that have morphers.
Yep. You get a morpher. You get a morpher. It was very much the Iron Man 3 of Power Ranger seasons.
I don't think so.
Everybody got a suit.
Well, yeah, everybody got a suit, but like they didn't all go in at once, and we're like Team Iron Man. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
So I just hope that everybody gets something to do. You know, because 10 Rangers, the largest Ranger group we've had.
Yeah.
Ever.
Even Jungle Fury only had what 8?
Yeah. 8 Rangers.
8 Rangers.
And then Daishi, and then Jared and Camille. So I guess that would be 10.
They don't have. They need them, but they don't have the suits.
Yeah, yet.
Yeah.
Actually,
the Lion Pride Megazord.
They probably won't have it, but
from Mystic Force. Oh, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, but yeah, I just think I hope that they're gonna at least put Kendall in there a little bit more. I mean, she's already there. She's part of the main cast. Just have her do some combat stuff. I would really like to have Prince Philip as a consistent character.
Because
he's good.
Yeah.
And Tyler's dad, I mean, I could really take or leave at this point.
No, I could leave it. Go ahead. Don't bring that guy back if you can help it.
Watch, like the Silver Ranger comes back, but he doesn't because he got trapped in a cave again.
And he's not going to break out with the freaking Ankylosaur.
Yeah.
And, what was I going to say? I would bet you that it's the other guy. The guy who left Tyler the note in the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
That guy?
That guy.
I don't think so.
I think it's that guy. Because he knew that Tyler's dad was a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
That's my only reasoning. It's either him or Julian. At this point, it's probably Julian, though.
It's not going to be Julian.
Did you see that hair? Like, that guy's Silver Ranger material.
I have no idea why we didn't just go ahead and call that guy the Titanium Ranger.
This is the Titanus Ranger, though.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is. Totally going to use that whenever I make that intro.
It's going to be huge, that
Probably
sword.
going to be just that.
Do you think it's going to be a carrier sword, or do you think it's going to be like the Rhino sword?
No, it's not.
Gonna be...
It was in the teaser. It's not going to be a carrier sword. It's not going to be a carrier sword, so.
It's going to have its own Megazord?
I don't know about its own.
Sorry.
I don't know about its own.
That was a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm haunting you.
So yeah, sorry we didn't talk about Ninjago, like we had said we were gonna.
Yeah, we have Steven Universe.
The Steven Universe thing kind of took precedent over everything else because, I mean, man, did the Bismuth episode kind of rock us.
Yeah. I don't actually know how much of that is going to be useful. What we just talked about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about it. We still got a good chunk of time left.
Yeah. We have nothing to talk about. You want to talk about chess?
What?
Like, I think the rook is overrated.
What?
And the pawn is underestimated.
What?
What? I'm just
I guess we
saying.
could think of another Power Rangers topic. So a good chunk of people are going to be at the Morphicon. David Delatorre is added to the list.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that.
Oh, did we?
I think we did.
I don't think we did.
Did we not? David Delatorre joined the Jungle Fury panel as the only of the two Jungle Fury Rangers.
And they're gonna all lump them in with RPM and Overdrive,
which is just Taizan.
Yeah, just
that's hilarious.
And they're all gonna do a panel, which we're gonna have to go to.
Yeah. Operation.
I wonder if we're gonna meet anybody who's like, man, Overdrive is my favorite season.
That's a good question. I can imagine.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you don't like what you like.
Yeah, like what you like. Overdrive sucks. I'm gonna dislike what I dislike.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the right to like what you like.
Just hear me out.
Yeah. I'm gonna dislike what I dislike, and here's why.
Yeah.
Well, we already talked about it over like a lot.
Yeah.
No, there's gonna be like some scheduling conflicts because we're gonna see a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm not exactly. Again, I'm not sure what to expect, but we're definitely gonna try and see the new cast for next season.
Maybe
the Ninja Steel.
Maybe
with the trailer for the Ninja Steel.
Maybe.
I'd imagine that they're gonna talk about the movie because I mean I don't understand where else would you talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
Other than the Power Rangers convention.
Yeah, this is the biggest Power Rangers convention. They did do their SDCC stuff.
Yeah, run. I guess we could talk about this. So I just don't understand why they wouldn't bring them out to be like movies coming out in March.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is their last shot at promoting that movie at a big event before they have to actually start putting trailers out.
That's true.
So, I mean...
this would be a great time to release a trailer.
To release one, yeah. Absolutely, I agree. Yesterday, I watched some fan films for Power Rangers.
Oh?
Yeah. Watched Teenagers with Attitude, which is a basic retelling of the first episode of Mighty Morphin. It was interesting. And I also watched the prequel movie, which was Zordon of Eltar. And that was also interesting.
I haven't seen either of those.
Yeah, I found them on YouTube, and I'd heard about Teenagers with Attitude, but I hadn't heard about... I didn't know Zordon of Eltar had wrapped production. I know that they were making it, but I didn't know it was finished. So I watched both of them. They are interesting. Remember when I said way back whenever Rita came out with Rita Repulsa and the movie was first revealed, I was like, oh, of course they're going to do that. Nobody ever thought about giving her this really strong connection to the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
That's not true. That was actually brought up firstly in those two fan films. Because the basic storyline that they gave her, which I thought was fantastic, and I really hope that they do this in the movie, was that she's the heir to the Dragon Empire.
Okay.
That was slaughtered by the Machine Empire.
Oh.
Yeah. And she was the only one to survive, but she took the coin.
Oh.
And
so Rito and her dad, they don't exist? anymore.
Rito was her dad in the fan films. They reworked it so that would be the case.
Huh.
And they have the shields, like all of them do. And I thought it was a really interesting idea. So I really kind of hope that that's where they go with it in the movie. Because, I mean, that would make sense, right?
I'm waiting for a trailer. Like, aesthetically, this movie is not pleasing me.
You got to see it all work.
Yeah, I need to see it.
In
all of its parts go together. Because I could be wrong.
Well, I mainly just want to see a trailer just so we can see what the tone is.
That also, because it looks like it's going to be like a Michael Bay film, and I don't want that to happen.
Well,
it's giving me that vibe.
I don't get necessarily a Michael Bay.
You know how it's like Shia LaBeouf on top of Bumblebee, with like a sunset in the back. That's what I imagine is going to happen, mostly because of the movie poster.
Okay.
Which is still irritating.
Okay.
Why is Jason off to the side anyway?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, of course it doesn't make sense. You haven't seen the movie.
Knockoff of a knockoff. Anyway, I did talk about that the last time we talked.
I don't think they're gonna do the Transformers thing, mainly because the reputation of hatred that seems to have would kind of not be a part. That's part of the reason that Michael Bay doesn't have anything to do with this.
Sure,
that's
why.
I mean, you can argue that like he had something to do with Ninja Turtles, which is why that's got such a Michael Bay film or feel to it.
Yeah.
Outside of the second film, which I haven't seen.
I don't know if this is gonna have like a superhero film feel. Like, I'm worried it's gonna have like a Fantastic Four feel to it.
Yeah, and that's fair. Because I mean, this is the first
like team
superhero movie that we've had
since Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's also true.
But that's also a Marvel production under Disney. Yeah. And this is Spawn Films under Lionsgate, which do produce good movies. Lionsgate makes great movies.
No.
Particularly horror movies.
You threw me off with the whole Disney
Marvel
does thing. Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy, and now Saban's doing a Power Rangers movie with Lionsgate.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
There's a lot of what's going to happen there?
And again, I could, be one of those crazy people.
But Lionsgate also has a reputation for making amazing trailers.
Yeah.
So, I'm worried.
Yeah.
I like the closer we get to it, the like more nervous I get about it.
Yeah. And that's okay. Your skepticism is well founded just because like the way reboots have generally gone haven't been particularly good. I'm holding out hope only because this is the first Power Rangers movie to come out in the last
decade,
20 years,
decades.
Yeah, decades. So I mean, it has to be good, right? We have to franchise this.
I would love to.
If it fails, then I'd be super sad. And if it does fail, then everybody is going to pretty much be like, oh, this is now just a kid show. And it's going to stay that way for a really long time. I don't think Saban really wants that.
I don't know. Like, it is a kid's show. Well,
you know what I mean.
It didn't used to be.
You know what I mean, right? Just the idea, because that's sort of a lot of people's major... It never got out of that.
And okay. Nobody ever took it seriously as like a superhero film.
Yeah, everybody kind of takes it as this is a
Power Rangers
kid show.
Yeah, everybody knows
Power Rangers is exclusively for kids,
and that's not true.
And that's not true. We have really good, strong superhero stories within that.
Yeah, Jungle Fury, RPM, Time Force, all tell really great stories.
Yeah,
with really good characters.
Yeah. Whereas something like the Ninja Turtles had to get a movie first before it was taken seriously by adults, I think.
I guess. I think Ninja Turtles had that kind of nostalgic feel to them.
Yeah.
Because they kind of sort of faded out of popularity for a little while.
Yeah.
Power Rangers never did that.
Well, yeah.
It's always been there.
Well, yeah.
As like an American subculture.
That's true, but I mean, the fans have kind of faded in and out depending.
Well, I think everybody has this feeling of, I got to grow out of it.
Yeah.
And that's not true, not with this show.
Yeah. Especially with it being based on Japanese hentai, it doesn't need to be. So.
Right. Which, again, it's just live action anime. Really interesting stories with really cool fight scenes and science fiction. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What would you... Well, I guess this is not a conversation for us to have. But,
okay.
Well, I was thinking...
It's Nightwing.
You say that it's... you say that it's a live action anime, which it is. It's definitely a live action American anime.
I don't know about American anime, but yeah.
Well, yeah. The reason that I say that is because, so I wrote about this a while back. The way that, so whenever Power Rangers first came out, right?
Sure.
Around the 70s or the 80s, anime, whenever it was being brought over to America, just kind of had this feel of, hey, Star Wars is super popular, let's do that because sci-fi really sells well. So they would change the stories to fit that mold when they're adapting it.
Yes.
And so much so that they would add scenes and dialogue to them with the actors that they have dubbing over them. It's not like the Funimation thing, what Funimation does, which is just full-on straight
I don't know what
adaptation. You don't know what Funimation is?
No.
Oh, they're like the largest... Well, okay. So they do like dubbing of anime, really.
Okay.
They do an adaptation with American actors, but they for the most part keep the footage all the same. They rarely make any changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so
they're just doing an English version of the same show.
Yeah.
Okay.
But back in the 70s, it wasn't really. Back in the 70s and the 80s, I think all the way up until recently, like up until the 2000s or late 2000s, probably until Death Note, where they were actually starting to change. They would change and add scenes and add dialogue and make the show different than what it was when it was back then. And one of the ways they would do that is by giving more of them a sci-fi edge. So, by comparison, whenever they're adapting Power Rangers, they more or less did the same thing, because Zero Danger is very much a fantasy series. There's no sci-fi elements at all in that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it all fantasy based?
For the most part. I mean, the only sci-fi thing we get is that Bandara came from a planet that's close to Earth.
Okay.
That's all. That's the only thing that we kept. But as far as I guess the base on the moon is also a thing that we kept for a little bit. Actually, I can't remember if the base on the moon was something that we actually kept. But so. Yeah, they would give it more of a science fiction edge, and then also add their own scenes with American actors and blah blah blah. So it's very much the same thing, just that model adapted to live action.
Yes.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. But what I was gonna ask was comparatively, what would you compare each season of Power Rangers? If you had to choose an anime, which would you compare it to? In terms of each season, which I know you're not as well versed in anime, so this is probably not a conversation for us to have.
Jumbo Fury is like Digimon.
Wow.
And RPM is like Digimon Tamers, and Operation Overdrive is like Digimon.
I'd like to hear
Frontier.
Okay. Okay. Are you just making a joke, or are you?
I am making a joke. I don't know. What the hell? Why are you asking me this?
Well,
I have no idea.
It was just something I thought of.
In what Power Ranger season is one of them evil and killing people? Because that's Death Note. But tonally, I don't know.
Yeah. If you had to compare them, I'm more or less thinking the difference between Digimon and Pokemon.
Yeah.
Just that on a Power Ranger scale, what would you say would be both of the ends of that spectrum?
Jungle Fury and Overdrive.
Why is that?
Because it's the best and the worst.
That's not even true. It's not fair.
Pokemon's not good.
Pokemon...
Indigo League was not good.
Okay,
let me
first
put it
of
like that. Okay? It's just boring.
Okay, first of all, Indigo League is trying something completely different. It's just doing the game.
Digimon was doing something different. It's telling a story.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're not the same thing.
Except for how you just compared them like they are the same thing.
No, I'm saying that you can't say that by virtue of one being worse than the other in terms of Overdrive and Jungle Fury that Pokemon is automatically the default because in comparison to Digimon that makes it bad. No, it's trying a different approach, which is different. Doesn't mean that it's executed bad.
And it's executed well.
Yeah. It does well in what it's trying to do. So I mean,
no, it doesn't. Well, I mean, I
whereas
guess it does.
Whereas Overdrive just sucks on every level and tries to do things.
I guess Mystic Force would be closer to Pokemon in that aspect, where they wanted to try something different. They wanted to get away from the whole sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
And use just straight up magic. Let's make them wizards. It's not good, but it has elements in which I can appreciate.
I really gotta watch that Sentai because I mean, just
Digimon
aesthetically needs to work.
See, it's weird though because like the best Power Rangers season does it have to be sci-fi?
It doesn't have to be, no.
Because if I had to pick one, I would say RPM.
It's the best
sci-fi.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Jungle Fury is the best fantasy base of each. One of those.
And just out of each spectrum, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got like things like RPM and ZO, which kind of blend the two a little bit.
Yeah. You also get In Space, which is
full on sci-fi.
It is full on sci-fi, but it's also poor production value. It's bad.
I don't think it's poor production value. I think it's what you said. It's just
it's dated.
It's a kid's version of Star Trek, is what it is.
Yeah. So it's like it looks.
It just makes it ambitious. Also, this was the last shot. They were pouring everything that they had into this.
Yeah.
That's why the traveling through space just looks terrible.
Yeah. Did you notice the stars don't move on the windows?
Yeah.
Anyway. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess, does that answer your question? I don't know if I answered your question. Not sure I understand what your question was.
I don't even remember what the question was.
There's a lot of rambling going on.
Yeah.
Here.
I guess we should
wrap this up.
I guess we should close it out.
We'll be lucky to get 30 minutes out of this.
Really?
Probably.
So we'll be seeing you guys at the con. It'll be the next time you guys hear from us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get these out while we're there, just so that in real time, and actually,
Yeah.
So very minimal editing on my part, at least for these ones, and I think the ones that we do at the con are going to be just not separated because that takes a little bit longer. So they're just going to be full on hours on each. So this has been the Power Chamber Podcast.
I'm Ice J Bandy.
I'm Nick, aka IronBet1993, and may the Power Chamber protect you.